Welcome to True Assassins, everyone. You know, we've been getting a ton of requests lately for stories about fate, betrayal, and people trying to, wrestle control of their own
Oh
destinies.
yeah, definitely a popular theme. People can't get enough of it.
Right. So we dug into Orlando Madsbrine's book, True Kill, and found two stories that absolutely fit the bill: Twist of Fate and The Burning Pyre.
Ooh, those sound juicy.
They are, trust me. And, they both take us into these dark corners of history and really make us think about ambition, destiny, and the choices people make when they think they can, cheat fate.
I'm ready. Let's dive in.
Perfect. So first up, we've got Twist of Fate, which takes us all the way back to ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece, always a good
You
time.
know it. This is the story of Cassandra, the famous oracle of Delphi. Now imagine having the power to see the future, to know what's coming, but then your own vision shows you dying a pretty gruesome death at the hands of this warlord named Theron.
Whoa, that's not great vision to have.
Definitely not. And Cassandra is basically living with this impending doom hanging over her head, right? Her temple, which should be this sacred place, has become like her prison because she's under Theron's thumb.
Yikes. So what does she do?
Well, she gets desperate, and desperate times call for desperate measures. She decides to reach out to a group that operates in the shadows, the Order of the Hidden Blade.
Assassins.
Exactly, assassins. Cassandra basically figures that the price they'll ask is worth it if it means staying alive. What's your take on this? Like an oracle going to assassins for help?
Which, ironic. You'd think someone who can see the future would, see the danger in going to a group like that.
Right. It's like she's walking right into the lion's den, even though she probably has some idea of what's waiting for her. But hey, survival instincts are powerful things, I guess.
Absolutely. And fear can really cloud your judgment.
No kidding. So enter Nikos, the assassin the order sends. This guy is as cold and sharp as his blade, the classic image of an assassin.
Okay, I'm picturing him all stealthy and stuff.
Exactly. But here's the twist. Cassandra, with her visions, sees that Nikos isn't really there to save her. He's a pawn in a much bigger, darker game.
Ooh, a conspiracy.
You got it. But despite knowing this, despite seeing the warning signs, Cassandra decides to go ahead with the plan to assassinate Theron.
So she's trusting the assassins, even though she knows they might be playing her. That's bold.
Extremely bold. Or maybe just plain desperate. Who knows? Anyway, Nikos does his job. Theron is dead, gone, kaput. And for a minute, maybe Cassandra thinks she's actually outsmarted fate.
Yeah, but something tells me it's not going to be that easy.
Oh, you are so right. That feeling of victory doesn't last long. As soon as Theron is out of the picture, Nikos turns on Cassandra.
Whoa, hold on. I knew it. It's a double cross.
Yep. Betrayal, plain and simple. Nikos reveals that the Order had their own reasons for getting rid of Cassandra.
Okay, so what's their deal? Why take out an oracle?
They're afraid of her. They're
Yeah.
afraid of the power of her visions, of the chaos that her prophecies could unleash if they, get out of control.
They're control freaks, trying to control the future itself.
Pretty much. The Order sees themselves as these puppet masters, making sure that things go according to their plan. And Cassandra, with her unpredictable visions, is a wrench in their works. So Nikos was basically sent to silence her forever.
What do you think about that? Like this whole idea of controlling fate?
It's scary, man. Like, even the future isn't safe from people who want to control everything.
Chilling, right. But in her last moments, as she's staring death in the face, Cassandra does something amazing. Instead of fighting back physically, she uses her power.
Well, like she sees into the future and...
She unleashes a barrage of prophecies, visions of the Order's own destruction. She sees their members turning on each other, their plans falling apart. It's like a final curse.
Wow, that's intense, like a psychic bomb or something.
Seriously. And her words actually get to Nikos. He hesitates, like he's starting to doubt everything.
Interesting. So she plants a seed of doubt, even as she's dying. Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It is. But sadly, it's not enough to save her. Nikos still kills her. But here's where it gets even crazier. As Cassandra dies, she has one last vision. Nikos, haunted by her prophecies, eventually becomes the very reason the Order falls apart.
No way. So her death, it sets in motion the events that destroy the people who killed her.
Exactly. It's like this crazy twist of fate where she tried to escape her destiny, but her actions actually fulfilled it. And the people who killed her, well, they got what they deserved in the end.
Ironic way.
Totally. And it shows you that you can't really control fate. It has a way of, working itself out.
Deep. All right, ready for the next story?
Get me.
Okay, so the burning pyre takes us to a different time and place. We're talking about a small village riddled with suspicion and fear, especially if anything they consider witchcraft.
Ooh, witch hunts. Always a recipe for disaster.
You said it. At the center of this story is Isabet, a woman who's been accused of witchcraft.
Hmm.
Imagine this. A giant bonfire, the flames reaching up to the sky, and Isabet is tied up, unable to speak, watching as her own house burns down around her. Brutal.
It is. The villagers are convinced she's a witch, but in reality, Isabet just knows a lot about herbs and their healing properties.
Oh, I see. So it's like a classic case of people fearing what they don't understand.
Exactly. They've twisted her knowledge into something evil. And of course, it doesn't help that it's All Hallows Eve, the spookiest night of the year. Everyone is on edge, primed to believe in anything supernatural.
Right. Perfect timing for a good old-fashioned witch hunt.
Sadly, yes. And things get even weirder. One of Isabet's main accusers, Old Martin, suddenly falls violently ill with symptoms that look a lot like the effects of some of the herbs Isabet knows about.
Okay, so people are getting freaked out, right?
Big time.
Yeah.
And then, to make things worse, a bunch of crow's birds that the villagers had made fun of as being Isabet's familiars, they start acting really strange.
Strange.
Like they're attacking people, specifically the people who accused Isabet.
Wow, so the villagers think it's like revenge from the witch's pets or something.
Pretty much. It's pure chaos. People are panicking, convinced that witchcraft is real and that Isabet is behind it all.
Classic mass hysteria.
Exactly. And Isabet, clever as she is, she uses this chaos to her advantage. She manages to escape into the woods.
So wait, did she use magic to escape?
Nope, no magic involved, just pure cunning and desperation. The book makes it clear that she wasn't using any supernatural powers, just using the situation to her advantage.
Smart. Taking advantage of the chaos she didn't really create.
Right, it's like their fear became her weapon, in a way.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, one guy isn't buying into the whole witchcraft explanation.
Who is?
His name is Elias, a hunter. Now, Elias's wife had gotten sick and died, and even with all her knowledge of herbs, Isabet couldn't save her.
So this is personal for him. He blames Isabet for his wife's death.
Exactly. He's driven by grief and the need for revenge. He's not scared of witches or magic. He's just a man who's lost everything and wants someone to pay.
Okay, so he's like a more grounded threat than the superstitious villagers.
Oh, absolutely. And he's a skilled hunter. He knows the woods like the back of his hand. So while the villagers are running around freaking out, Elias is calmly tracking Izet through the forest.
Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good for her.
It's not. He eventually catches up to her and shoots her with an arrow.
Wow, so much for escaping the mob.
I know, right? She manages to keep crawling, but by this point she's badly hurt, thorns ripping into her skin. It's pretty brutal imagery, but the book makes a point of saying that it's like her own pain is mirroring the pain she caused Elias.
Yeah, that's a rough parallel.
Yeah. Anyway, Elias finds her at dawn, weak and dying, and he finishes her off with another arrow. The story ends with this idea that the villagers will probably go on believing that a witch got what she deserved, but the reality is much sadder.
It is. She was just a woman who knew a lot about plants, caught up in a wave of fear and anger. And Elias, well, he was a man consumed by grief who took justice into his own hands.
Right. It makes you think about how both fear and grief can be really destructive forces. They can twist people, make them do things they wouldn't normally do.
Definitely. So both of these stories, Twist of Fate and The Burning Pyre, they show us that trying to control fate or run from it, well, it doesn't really work out the way people expect.
I agree. Cassandra tried to avoid her death and ended up causing it. And Isabet tried to survive the villagers, but her path crossed with a grieving man who was even more dangerous.
It really makes you think about all the unintended consequences of our actions. Like sometimes trying to change things just makes them worse.
Totally. And you know what really stood out to me was how the idea of prophecy and fear, they kind of become self-fulfilling in both stories.
Right. Like in Cassandra's case, her vision of her death is what ultimately led her to make the choices that got her killed. And with Isabet, the villagers' fear that she was a witch led to actions that made her seem like a witch, even though she wasn't.
It's like our beliefs, whether they're based on visions or just plain fear, can actually shape the way things turn out.
It's mind-blowing when you think about it. And kind of unsettling, too. Makes you wonder how much control we really have over our own lives.
So, big questions raised by True Kill. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Twist of Fate and The Burning Pyre.
Yeah, these were some wild stories.
Totally. If this got you thinking about fate, free will, or just the power of a good, dark story, definitely check out True Kill and let us know what you think.
And if you're craving more stories about assassins, conspiracies, and people trying to outsmart fate, well,
You know where to find us.
rate and follow True Assassins for more addictive cloak and dagger stories.
We'll be back soon with more Tales from the Shadows.
See ya.
Later.